Sit back, relax, put your belt on, and enjoy the show.
So next game, the Nobodies versus the Force. The Force have the bye. They just get 5 points straight away. They're going to get the bonus points straight off the bat, or no? Okay, the Force playing the Suntars. Returning Andrew Reddy for the Force from paternity leave, maybe maternity. I don't know. From that type of leave.
2021, mate. Come on, it's okay.
True. Does it go straight into the starting side? Faleti Kaitu was starting before. I think because he's returning, it'll be off the bench. Yes. So that sees Jack Winchester drop back out of the 23. The Weatherman. We've got a 20%. The Weatherman, Balaki. Are we giving a shout out to him on the first episode of the Draft Rugby podcast? 20% chance of a shower. Should be sunny and good conditions. So is this game actually? This game is in Sydney.
Parramatta, yeah, at
Bank West, yeah.
Yep.
Very good. And yeah, certainly the weather is something to pay attention to in fantasy games, just for a quick shout out there. Force's biggest win over the Tars is by 29 points. It was 40-11 in Perth in 2017. The Force have had only one game so far. It was 11-27 loss to the Brumbies, where they actually looked quite good in that game. But if they take some positive learnings from that, look, any team should really be able to beat the Waratahs at the moment. What do we think about seeing the international start? Thomas Kubeli and Domingo Miotti, Jake McIntyre's in the mix.
I think it'd be great to see them. I think there's a chance we see some of them working themselves into the starting side. I think they really want to try to build something in Perth and giving their local boys, the boys that have been there for a while, a bit of a chance to start this season. I'm not surprised that that's what they've done. I wouldn't be overly surprised if they do it again and then give the other boys a few more minutes. I mean, Miotti wasn't on the bench last week. I don't think we see him thrust into that starting side, as well as, it's a weaker game, but it's a game against the Tars. They're going to want to really take a win here. So, I won't be surprised with anything.
I actually disagree. I reckon if there's ever a week that they bring him in, they've had a bye week, so they could spend 2 weeks training with a newer combination to try and get them accustomed to what's going on. And what better time to cut your teeth than against a team that everyone is scoring their biggest ever wins against? So I think those two to come on and the Force to win by 30.
I was going to say, if you're Andrew Twiggy, you're just going, mate, do whatever it takes to get a W on the board. Kick the Tars while they're down. I certainly hope we see Miotti because I think he's by far their best 10. And
he's definitely their most electric 10. I think the outcome will be different whether he's starting or not, in my eyes.
Absolutely. I think, look, they let Jake McIntyre and John O'Lance play the first game just to be like, so it wasn't just a big, fingers and we've got a good new 10 in that we signed at the last second. But alas, anyway. The Force, look, I think just like the Brumbies, we'll see if points are coming, they're going to come from the wings. So Byron Ralston, how many is he going to get 3 tries like Mac Hansen this week? No. But I think that's where the point's going to come. I don't know if the Tars can fix that up this week, but we'll see. The Force forward pack, I expect to say pretty much the same. Tom Robertson, Madrano up there up front. We said probably Reddy coming back to the bench. Can't really see many other changes. That back row and everything locks seem pretty settled. Did Jeremy Thrush start in the first round one? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so
Miss Fergus Lee.
And I guess we'll just see if Kyle Godwin is coming back from injury or not. I don't know if we know that, but
I did hear that maybe he had a fracture on that ankle, so it sounds like it might be pretty severe. So we might not see him for a while.
Okay, and look, I was going to do my best to not talk about the Tars, but I guess home record 3 from 5, the last Super Rugby AU. We're trying to. I think we're clutching at straws. We're trying to say the boys are going to win at home. Look, at the end of the day, it is the Force. They shouldn't lose this game. But if it was ever going to happen, it's going to happen this week. I don't know. I hope that they don't go out with all this rage and intensity and just get like a red card from Lockie Swinton 5 minutes in. But
I hope they do. I hope they go out with all the rage.
Yeah, I do as well.
If they have one thing in this week, I hope it is they go out there and try to kill people and prove that jersey means something to them.
That's my first reaction. But if that results in a red card 5 minutes in and losing the game, then will you still feel the same?
Yeah, I will because, mate, they have not shown anything. The only way this team can actually win a game is if their back row muscle up. Like Swinton, Tizano, Dempsey, that's a good back row with a lot of class and a lot of physicality about it. We can't get beaten off the ball every single week with those three. Seeing Swinton bump off Rob Valentini last week like he was a fly just brought tears to my eyes. They're meant to be putting hits on. The Tars are powder puffs at the moment. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're soft as.
Look, I agree. We all loved Swinton coming back, and he was really giving it to some of the Brumbies early on until the scoreboard kind of turned against them. But yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, look, the Tars, if Angus Bell's not there, serious concerns about that scrum. I think even with HH in there, the Force, potentially can attack that. We said the Tars line out was really good, so surely just kick to the corners. Like, I don't think we really have a rolling maul, but try and attack off that set piece. What do you think? Is there any? I mean, do you think the Force will be smart enough to just attack Tepai Moeroa? And by that I mean just take one step to either side of him, and you'll just kind of get around him because he can only run straight in one direction.
Well, the good thing is it's not a bad matchup from Tepai Moeroa because the Western Force backline is so old that they might actually not be able to run around him.
Yeah, although actually I was saying this while watching the game on the weekend. If you guys do remember, Richard Kahui actually burnt Alex Newsom for pace last year. He burnt him around the side on the wing. So Waratahs captain, Alex Newsom, winger / centre, is certainly not the same age as Richard Kahui, but
slower.
All right, anyway, let's get to any last points before we get to the tip for this one. And can we just all say we're all tipping the Tars and not say by how much and just move on with our lives? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. All I want to say is, please, God, don't let the pain continue.
Yeah, look, I think for us, we've got to be realistic. A whooping here by the Force would make this worse.
Mate, not a whooping, a loss to the Force. Don't even give it a whooping.
Hey, look, for me, there's, the issue is continuity with both teams is low. Class for the Force, although I mean, if you asked me a couple of weeks ago, I would have said the opposite. But class for them is what could get them over here. I think the Tars very much. This is a test of character, and I hope, and I'm gonna bet on that they're gonna come out here with a bit of aggression, and hopefully we can sneak a win in. But I don't think we will.
I think they have a clear game plan, right? Like, Will Harrison's a good kicking player. Yeah, the one out was 16 from 16 last week. The Western Force are a very short team. They just need to kick to the corners, go to set piece, slow the game down, and just try and blitz them in defense and get some line speed and physicality. They've got enough big boppers in their team that they should be able to put them on their ass.
And one thing we did see from the Force last week is they don't have attack. So the Tars, take some points early when they're on offer. No, seriously, take some points early on offer. I don't care if it becomes a bit of a kicking battle at the start of the match, and then try to open it up and score some tries.
Yeah, we're selling this game. It's a Force with no attack to go around the outsides, and a Waratahs with no defense for the outside. So we'll see what happens there. It's flip a coin, but very good. All right, that'll do us for that one.